You're lucky. You did it. You were born into the wealthy Wayne family. You are going to live a wonderful life. Women will love you and everyone will respect you, and you'll live happily with your parents. But for a moment, all of this was just a dream. You wake up from the beautiful dream and remember the day you lost everything. The day you decided to wear an underwear and run like a madman in the city at night. You think you're fighting criminals and protecting the city, but in reality, you're protecting everyone from yourself. You lost yourself that night. The night you lost your parents. Your life begins with your loyal bold servant. His head has a lot of tenderness that prevents you from turning into a monster. He was like a mother and father to you, but you have to avenge your parents. So you travel around the world and train at the hands of the greatest fighting masters. You learn how to scare criminals because you are trying to deter them, not eliminate them, and this is difficult in itself. You train your mind to understand criminals and study psychology of crime. You return to Gotham to live amongst the ordinary residents as a member of society, to be able to understand the nature of crime and the suffering of the city's people. You see poverty, corruption, and despair that have made the city a hotbed of crime. While you were thinking about how to achieve your goal, a large bat entered the palace library. You saw in him a symbol of fear you wanted to instill in the hearts of criminals. You decided to take on the form of a bat to become Batman. You design everything you need to fight the bad guys: your suit, your cave, and your car. You first stepped onto the streets of Gotham as Batman, with the mission of saving the city from the clutches of crime. At first, you faced ridicule and resistance from both the police and the criminals, who saw you as just another man in a strange suit. But soon you proved yourself. With your sharp wit, deadly fighting skills, and unwavering determination, you began to strike fear into the hearts of villains. Every battle you fought, every mystery you solved, made everyone realize that Batman is not just a symbol, but a force to be reckoned with. The city that was drowning in darkness began to see a glimmer of hope, thanks to your presence in the shadows. When you think that you finally gained the trust of the police and the city's residents, and that all criminals are weak in front of your intelligence and training that you sacrificed your childhood for, you are surprised by the appearance of a crazy criminal called the Joker. And what makes the Joker a really dangerous person is that he does not care about power or money or anything. All he wants is to manipulate you and make you enter the stage of madness and hallucinations. You succeed in stopping the Joker's plan in the first meeting between you, but this battle makes you know that your life will not be easy and that it is really very bad. Despite all this, hope still remains, especially when you meet District Attorney Harvey, the good man who fights alongside you. Harvey was honest and brave, a true symbol of hope. This positive collaboration between you and Harvey was promising, but it turned into a tragedy when Harvey was attacked and half of his face was disfigured with acid during a major criminal trial. This horrific accident not only destroyed his appearance, but also unleashed an internal conflict between his good and evil sides, giving birth to his new personality, Two-Face. Unable to save your friend from falling into darkness, Harvey now sees Batman as part of the system that failed him, leading him to adopt a philosophy of random justice, decided by a coin with two sides, an expression of his divided psyche. Here, you realize as Batman that good can turn to evil if not protected, and you try to bring Harvey back to the right path, even though you know that it may be impossible. All that was in your life was violence and revenge. You only knew training, fighting, tragedies, and losing friends throughout your childhood and beginning as Batman. But one word changed it all: Selina Kyle, that woman that stole your heart without you knowing. You thought you were immune to feelings and that revenge was all that moved you. But this skilled thief was able to sneak into your heart as she sneaks into museums and palaces. At first, she was just a thief that you were trying to stop, but something was different about her approach. She wasn't your average criminal. She was smart, funny, and had a strong sense of justice in her own way. She stole from the corrupt rich to help the needy in the slums. Every time you two faced off, it was a dangerous dance between a cat and a bat. You chased her across the rooftops and she played with you with her seductive smile. The chases always ended in mysterious ways. Sometimes she escaped, sometimes she let you catch her, sometimes she even saved your life. Over time, you realize that Selina is not a real enemy. She's a complex woman who was driven by harsh life circumstances to take the path of thievery. You've tried to convince her to give up her life of crime, and she's tried to convince you that the world isn't as black and white as you see it. Some nights when Gotham is quiet, you find yourself on the rooftop, exchanging glances and words. She's the only one who understands what it means to live a double life, to wear a mask, to be someone else at night. But your relationship is bound to be complicated. You are the protector of law, and she's an outlaw. You want to save Gotham, and she wants to save herself. And despite all feelings you have between you, you know deep down your hearts may never meet in the same side of law. Yet every time you see her, your heart beats louder behind the black armor of the Bat, because she's the only one who sees you as who you really are. Not as scary Batman, not as rich Bruce Wayne, but as a man with a deep pain in his heart and even a deeper hope to save his city. But because Selina Kyle disappears whenever you get closer to each other, this made you choose the path of womanizing. You lost love and became just a playboy who moves from a girl to a girl, and all of your relationships were failed and harmful. Every romantic relationship ends in a tragedy. Bonus. You wake up every morning with your body aching from bruises and cuts, trying to hide your limp in front of Wayne Enterprises' board of directors. Alfred tries to convince you to take the day off, but you know criminals don't take vacations. You are forced to miss a close friend's funeral because the Joker threatens to blow up a children's hospital. You choose to save the children, but society blames Bruce Wayne for not attending the funeral. You adopt Dick Grayson to give him a family like you wished someone would, but you find yourself training him to be a warrior, turning him into a soldier in your war on crime, and you hate yourself for it. You look at your parents' picture every night and wonder, would they be proud of what you've become, or would they be sad to see their son living in the dark? In a battle, Jim Gordon is injured because of you. You visit him in the hospital as Batman by the night and as Bruce Wayne by the day, and every time he tells you something different. You have to pretend you're hearing it for the first time. You're forced to attend dances with broken ribs. You smile and dance with the ladies of society while your wounds bleed under your expensive shirt. Every birthday of your parents, you visit their grave dressed as Batman. You tell them about every person you have saved, every criminal you have stopped, but you know that won't bring them back. You discover that a young boy who idolizes you wears as Batman costume in school. The next day, his parents are murdered by the criminal you were supposed to stop. History repeats itself, and you are powerless to stop it. Gotham is under siege. All criminals are out of Arkham. Bane breaks your back. You lose your ability to be Batman. You watch the city burn, and you are helpless to protect it. The new police commissioner issues an arrest warrant for you. The police who trusted you are now after you. Even Gordon is forced to stand against you. You discover that everything you did may have been meaningless. The city hasn't improved, crime hasn't ended, and the madmen are increasing. Maybe the Joker was right. All Gotham needs is a little push to fall into madness. In the end, you stand on Gotham rooftop, looking at the city you sacrificed everything for. The Joker in Arkham laughs. Harvey gambles his coin on people's lives. Robin is dead, Selina is gone, and Alfred is sick. You look at the bat mask in your hand, the mask that transformed you from a scared child into a legend. But at what cost? You lost your family, your friends, your love, and maybe even your mind. Now you understand why the Joker always laughs. Life is a black joke, and you are part of it. Every night you save the city, and every morning you wake up to find more madmen, more victims, more losses. But you put the mask on, not because you enjoy this life, but because it's your destiny. Not the hero Gotham deserves, but the hero Gotham needs. And so you go on, night after night, sacrificing your happiness for a city that will never know the real man behind a bat mask. Because that's what it means to be Batman, to be alone in the dark, protecting a city from the same madness that threatens you every day. You're Batman, and this is your eternal curse.